better be a talk time. Yes, let's hope so. How's the sound? Can you hear me? Check, 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 check. How's everyone doing? Hi Anton. Hi Maxim. Hi Max. Hi Kego. Orange, aka Rebebla. Sasha. Alexander. Hi everyone. Yeah, sound on mute while talking, 100%. You know, you understand how those 10 years, 10-year-old YouTubers do it so well because after a while you just learn certain things that you think would work, but they don't. It's also interesting effect with these streams that you once you start to look back at yourself, that's never definitely not the first year, and you start to analyze yourself and you start to work on yourself. Very interesting. Hi Matthias. Hi Tanya. Yeah, it's very interesting. You start to analyze yourself and talk better, I guess, and you almost talk the way you want because that's cool. But at the end of the day, you want other people to understand you, and use this tool, this language, voice as much as you can because other tools they not necessarily work well. So sometimes just being clear with your thoughts and say something how how you want it to be heard, design that in a way that's a natural organic thought you are coming after certain streams. Max, I'm doing so. Just got my ears fixed at the hospital. Hoping to hear with both ears in a few days. Good luck. It'll be alright. Can you hear us now? Hi, shh. Orange. Once the medium becomes the background, all that is left is the self. Yes. When all the tools, right, become so easy, it's just self. Right, guys, I don't want to waste your time. Today, I wanted to talk about something very specific, which is lot. What else? Hold on, just a battery charge. We are back at it, guys. Talking about a lot, but today I wanted to make it just an hour and be, I would say, try to be less brainstorm, rumble, more of being as clear as I possibly can. As you know, on Monday we did this meetup. You can watch video on YouTube. We're going to follow up with email, and we're going to follow up with um, I guess montage, short video about the whole event because honestly, that was epic. Um, just the atmosphere, and there were 50 people, and they were all wearing black, and that's really mind blowing to me. And it wasn't just one location; it was all over the world, and we had a discussion which didn't feel like anyone limiting. There were some people who wanted to talk, some people who wanted to listen. It was very extremely organic and extremely chill. And that was such a moment for all of us inside the team where we realized that something is very special happening. And it's not realized, but be notified again that it's reminded that something very big and very special is happening. And we were not able, none of us, to put it in description, for everyone, for everyone at the team, the community, lot means something else. For someone, it's like a design inspiration. For someone, it's people, friends. For some, it's some self-reflection and thinking. Doesn't matter, but for everyone, lot is the same. And I mean, the different, something else. But we share that it's something else. That feeling. We don't know what it is, right? It's hard to explain that. And um, moreover, maybe we shouldn't until it really comes, because I like that lot is more of a thought than a particular product. To me, that's the most important part because that really tells the right story that company is supposed to work as this universe where you can live if you want. And you have to trust it like you can trust yourself. So it was very, once again, very cool to see that kind of atmosphere, that vibe during the meetup. Absolutely special. I'm blown away. And yeah, I just want to I want to hear what you guys think. And a special shout out to Oblast for doing absolute musical performance. It was like a movie. I know the ones who were there. It was a trip, 100%. For the people who don't know, um, it was all crazy, just orchestrated. We had three sets, and one of the sets was this just programming the music while we watching it. I mean, no words, next level. Anyway, what if you were there? How to help for you? But be honest, it's we need to understand. There's no need for flattery. So I agree that it was absolutely fucking special. It was um, all team together, all the community. It felt like one, it felt like prototype of that decentralized organization that we were talking. And avoiding the buzzwords, imagine that shit with multi-billion revenue, the whole thing. The participants, you guys, us, all that kind of community, just next level. That's power, So that was very inspiring for me, just to see that and imagine that um, being like this, yeah, like a design organization. Why not, like the ultimate design organization where you design the right world for us and have this honest conversations and talk about with no politics, no bullshit, just talking about what it takes to make those things. Extremely inspiring. Like I just want that, whatever that is, I want that to exist. Maxime, to be honest, I didn't hear because I was outside. The sound wasn't, the connection wasn't as good. Um, and you will rewatch it. I agree. We also talked about this. It's almost like we can have this pack where you become this super user, superpower user, and you receive like necessary equipment, for stream. Like it's based like something that we choose: webcam, mic, some setup, and we send you settings for OBS and everything, and uh, then we have this like better production, and everyone committed, say, 1 month per month or something. Like it's very this can go deep if we wanted to. So yeah, higher production definitely a must. It's hard to find right people in real life, but here I can talk with anyone and it will be so interesting. Same, yeah, and it's not. it's not simply, and sorry for the phrase, it's not simply intellectual. Like no one measure how smart they are. It's just everyone trying their best to like understand it, understand the point. And I really love this that way because there's no need to be intellectual and smart during these things. We just need to talk and express, um, what it is we're trying to achieve and accomplish. As if we want to accomplish something great, the language can be only simple. Hi, Danielle. So for me, LOT is a community of right people with one abstract goal, and if feel it in knowledge that shares through talking, even small talks. Yeah, I agree. It's some kind of secret code that we develop and that you can talk between. It's like if you know, you know, right? Like it's um, you can if people know a lot, there's something else, and yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I'm just thinking about this as one organization, and it blows my mind, honestly. Facebook portal. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's just some kind of set of rules. Like maybe you can only talk through phone. I mean, you should talk through phone and blah blah blah. But very very interesting. So anyway, that event made all of us kind of shake a little bit. I would say just to realizing what just happened and that it's so big. And we start to think, what can we do to, because one of the questions there is basically if load stagnating and um, can we do more things and faster and bigger? And that absolutely was heard, that question. And we start to just, as product designers, we start to think what can else we add, like what is that we don't add, what is not there that it doesn't, it's not like big scale yet, right? We need scale and um, so we can reach the milestone. And intuitively, we start to, or I start, but everyone starts to like maybe this, maybe this, maybe this, maybe we can build this thing. We start immediately to come up with more products, we can fix this situation. Um, Once again, there's nothing to fix, but rather we need just to get to that milestone of success with like there's nothing left to wait. We just need to get there fast. And then we were like, yo, we've built enough. We showed enough. We we shipped um, thousands of packages. We have you guys, and that Monday was just really the change, the pivoting moment for me at least. We have Arc, um, and we have this experience, and we realized that building something new once again. Well, extremely fun, but it's an escape because, and there's more things we can add. It's not like we're going to build something out of just from the ceiling. As you know, every single thing at Lot is aligned together from a me page to the Ghost to Arc to um, scent and taste. Everything is on one line. Everything is precise. And when we're doing new things, it's not like we're thinking what we can add. We rather take something from roadmap and start doing it now instead of tomorrow, right? And this time we shouldn't because there's enough stuff to build and proven. We worked with the craziest people on planet Earth. We shipped product that everyone said not going to work. And I realized that the only thing that we can do is only keep telling what it is, but in more, um, I guess, aggressive way, right? Not trying to make it in the society, but rather make as much people know about this and just make more beautiful, more real products. We've shipped enough of real products over last 10 years, and from hardware to electronics to clothes, like, you name it. The question now is to how to make the same, but for millions of people, because we tested it, it worked, and it is very special. Um, I see this community as some kind of founding team, and I know you guys see it the same way. So to me, we should all work together, and we should all do this thing from different perspectives, but we can build something very, very special. And for that, we need proper organization and proper tools and constant customer feedback. So we can start with this community, make it work for 10, 20,000 people, make something, a tool for all of us. That's what we doing currently. That makes it a tool that we, this say 20,000 people, will use every day. To me, that's first step, and then we're going to move to um, slowly re-emerging physical products. Then we will work on more advanced software, and then we will start to roll out versions of Arc. To me, that is to be this time, to be realistic, is like 3 4 years timeline, and we can start doing Arc today, but as a prototype, as a constant work, and keep it transparent with you. But we need to utilize our software. That's, I think, one of the priorities. And so, well, once again, to not lose you, because um, we need better tools that we have, that we can utilize, all of us, and something that is connected to community, but also another thing that is helping to connect with yourself. So yeah, spiritual machine, as we call it here. So said all that, I'm leading to this point that I tweeted, we tweeted 2 days ago. We're selling 20% for 10 million. That is for Lot OS, Arc One, monthly packages, and Lab. You can send me your proposals. I posted this picture because this is where we are at. We are um, we passed the prototype stage, and we know enough, and we showed enough. Next step is something way bigger. Otherwise, we're losing audience. We're losing our time that is was kind of selected for this moment. Because um, we don't know the ultimate answer for how the retail, or for that matter, human identity would work in the future. But we know that it is broken and that we can repair it and help people to repair it. The ultimate self, find yourself, the cult of you. And it's almost like for this time, we need this tool to help us remerge on the other side and make it tool available for other people, so they can also have this jump from one dimension to another dimension. So I think the timing is very crucial here. And uh, yeah, Monday, once again, why now? Because Monday showed me that we have something very special, and I just want to move very fast and start working on ARC prototype as soon as possible, remerge physical packages, remerge Lot OS, so we have local modules and local manufacturing that is personalized to you. So all these things are possible. We already tried them, we prototyped them, we built them, and it was a big sacrifice from everyone in the team, but we now have all the prototypes. And looking at numbers, no matter how it sounds for us, we still look at numbers. And looking at numbers, um, continue just pushing all these things, based on client work or based on community subscriptions is not sustainable. So we are looking for people who understand what we're doing, who been following us for the past 10 years, and who believe that this is it, because there's no need for a VC meeting, you know, and trying to convince what's that if they never heard about it. There's no point to scramble for portions of this money from, again, multiple VC, because then we're going to have these people to explain to, and that's not the case here. We need to find people who, or person rather, who believe in this, just like one of you or me, but that happen to have access to resources. That's how I see it. So, we've done pitches, we applied to Y Combinator, we've done all the things, and um, all I'm thinking is that this is the way for us to reach as much audience as possible. This is how we can tell you what is going on. And if you know someone, if someone understand what we're doing, and you have a friend, you can explain. Like that's the best way to think about it. There's no need to come up with some fake bullshit pitch and just sell it, and then in 10 years they're going to ask you that you did something else, not that wasn't sold to them. So I would rather um, work with someone who understands our abstract approach and knows that we are getting to this North Star product, the ultimate personal device, the most beautiful self-care product. And eventually we'll get to that point, but we need to go all the way and check all the corners. That's the only way to do this, as far as I know. And yeah, we need someone who gets that and can help us with proper advice how to scale it long term. I'm giving a lot 10 years until we get to the point of when people know it. But already a lot of people know about it. But let's put it this way: when I would give it 10 years until people will want to join this community just because they heard something special about it and on big scale. Once again, I think just following Airbnb, Apple, Tesla, any company that we admire, for the next 5 years, we just have to build products for this community. It's big enough for make great product, mass scale, and test it and finish it. Make it. It's like Oculus developers version, right? We are all developers that building this, and then eventually this will be ready for bigger audience. But this is 10 years away, and we need this money so we can start this process properly. Um, Once again, we have enough experience, and this is a conscious choice to do this. It's not like we trying something. This is very conscious choice of getting to the end of this journey successfully. And it is important. What I'm learning more and more, which is maybe obvious for many people, is that it is important to. Oh, I'm just checking sound. It is important to um, set up something for success. And we start this without knowing what's going to happen. Lot become this movement, and now we need to change the mentality and understand the responsibility that we have if everything is successful, and but be ready for that success. That means start building things properly, you know, um, testing things more, building more things faster, so we can see what works, what don't doesn't. And so far, we've been extremely resourceful. We didn't prototype left or right. We were always think enough to make it right, or as much right as we can, because we know that we have no resources to make it again. And so everything you've seen, starting from Labka to Lot, was made precisely because we didn't have any resources. We're at this point where the version of Lot that we all want can only exist if it's funded, and there's no way around it. If it's not funded, it will still exist. Don't get me wrong. We can do this as small business, blah blah blah. It's all good. But and I'm saying it's not an offense. I'm saying that don't worry. We're not going anywhere. Lot will never die. Um, We can always continue. We have a lot of options. Question is how we can get to that level where we for real, meaning now we have a proper attack because we are funded from proper people. We have these prototypes, this experience, and we have you guys, which is the top team on the planet. And we have new ways how to organize ourselves and people, once again, you guys, who are ready to find those new terms of organizing this thing, because everyone in theory will benefit. And that's the point of designing this, so everyone will benefit. So to me, um, yeah, we just need this investment to make it proper. That's all. Because every time we're doing it improper, just like a patch or like a wood stick prototype. It always works, but it's never good enough to start testing it. And yeah, we need to build more things, and we need to do them properly, and we need to do them with proper organization. All that costs money. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that we are very good resourcefully. With more money, we even better. All right, that was my speech. Back to questions. Was this a difficult decision for you? It seems like you are a little upset about selling the part. No, I mean, with perfect honesty, it's not about being upset. It's about um, understanding the tool. It's like you have a tool that you're trying to use, and then you break your finger, like that kind of upset. Because we can do it properly. That's what I'm trying to say. And um, all that time before was needed to do that on our terms, because now there's no um, confusion. There's no misunderstanding. We know exactly what it is. We know exactly what it should be with ARC and personal devices. And we test it with packages. We learn how to transfer energy, and that all we needed to have a free fall, because we needed to observe that moment as much as we could, so then we can understand how to reproduce it. And now we know we have the formula. So no, I think it's just the right time. Um, that's just the right time. It wasn't possible before, and we tried to do many things, from working with Kanye and doing something a lot Kanye, and there were many versions of this, and it's never worked. So I'm thinking that we were missing um, this drop of seriousness, which is um, bank account with some money in it that we're responsible for, and but also understanding that those money are given for research. I think that's a level of achievement in a way. So I'm definitely think that once this happens, to me that's a big achievement, because that means that we moving according to the schedule, and we now have this free, uh, absolutely spiritual place with all you guys ready to explode. So if we reach on that level with this description, right, let's put it this way, with this just real description of what it is, if we reach this point, I mean, it's to me, it's the ultimate success because we're not we're not selling it as something else, you know. And that means that if anyone do this, they absolutely understand what we're doing, even more than we understand. And to me, that's another win. Find a person who believe in this so much that they can put this money in, you know. I think that's a big deal. Yeah, I agree, Maxime. Beta testing is done perfectly. We have to move to the next point because we started this on our own money. Quickly, we start to be um, break even, where we would basically leave and work and build packages only on lot money. So it was like month two. So I think we proved um, enough. And after 3 years, this is how much you can do on uh, revenue money as being as young as we are. It's obviously very hard, and without having some money to burn in order to break this wall, because this is definitely like 1 year of work on just how we can change, like scale this. It's full-time work, and so we need to go to the next step. Maybe this question has been asked before, but does Kanye have any opinion feedback about what? As far as I know, he loves it. He was a um, he was user. He received every package. I think his favorite thing was the um, subscription and the name tags, because you want to kill the brand, and brand is you. So that was his favorite part. He also liked all the self-care products. No, we didn't, Maxime. This is this is advertisement. If you know people, please spread the message, like the tweet, retweet, post it on your Facebook. If you from the certain circles, your validation means a lot. If you're from the circle where you have people with money around you and you believe in us, basically you making that investment, because yeah, we need to show that there is interest behind this. I know what it is, but I also know that with this kind of message, right? I can't go to like Instagram and just like do this is really, if you know, you know, because we don't want to go into um, startup terminology for lot. It's not going to work. No, I don't know about master. Well, the key here is that we don't want to find anyone. We want people to find us. I really think that's the I really think that's the goal, because I've been to so many investor meetings, and talking about this is impossible. It's just it's a limbo, and I understand that in ideal world you should be able to explain this on their language. But my point is that once you explain it on their language, you become that company of that language. So we can't go there because we tried and it was catastrophic for us. We tried to be on that language and it doesn't work. And that language is old, it's retro, and it's misleading, to be honest, for the rest of the world. So I think that our story is sophisticated and deep enough, but also proven to be heard on a bigger scale. And if you see it, you see it. I really believe so. It's not because I'm saying about this past actions not as excuse. It's just and not as a brag. It's just like we did that work. This is something else, and it's we can't become that language. We're doing something else. Otherwise, we are going on the same rails as everyone else. And why Lot works this way? Because we're not on that rails. Doesn't mean that this is a chaos company. Doesn't mean that like no rails, there's no rules. It's opposite. It's high discipline and absolute respect to deadlines and scheduling, where we deliver always. We always have something to show. We always build something new, and you know it. Andrei. Well, that's another thing, Yes, I tried to have operation officer, and that always was the conversation, always lead to the same thing, right? Here's the terms and the rules, and now we all live by these terms and rules. But if you question them, they sometimes they genius, right? The MBA tricks and some business tricks, they genius, but sometimes they just retro, and now we have to operate on that language. Like for example, we building not a subscription, right? We building this service where there's no even no way to match it, because with subscription you can subscribe and unsubscribe, and it's all that kind of uh, TV satellite TV subscriptions types. You are most likely will pay some shit on top. You will have some hidden fees. You will have to sign some kind of contract, and there's like five options that you can choose to confuse you. Like that's how all subscriptions works, from insurance to startups to TV, cell, Apple. They all Apple by the way, but still they're all confusing, right? You go to even Apple, like try to find where to unsubscribe. Like it's all confusing because that's the thing about subscription, that you have to retain, and you have to retain people um, no matter what. That's the goal. And if you put this on business terms, then you fucked. That's why no subscription work, because they retain people with tricks and coupons and all that shit. So we said from day one, we're not going to do this, because the only way to check the ultimate loyalty for this, if we're doing this for real, if people subscribe or don't subscribe without us saying nothing else, just the products. We did that, and we reached crazy numbers. I don't want to use terminology. We 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 get to some crazy numbers. People stayed with us from like 12 months to 24 months to 3 years. Like that's unheard of. And the only secret to that is that because it's just a real product. That's it. There's nothing. It's like Apple was saying, Steve Jobs, right? Our customers vote by their wallets. If they like it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't. Done. Same here. And so that honesty allow us to move to this um, modular operating system where there is no subscription button even. There's no unsubscribe. There's no terms. There's nothing. You just select which subscriptions, which packages you would like to receive, which themes basically you would like to be subscribed to, and you turn them on and turn them off. Right now, we just have this. From this point, you receive products according to those themes. We decide which products go in, but this helps us to um, first of all, of course, to uh, teach the system on what's going on, what people prefer, but also to remove that barrier of I either in or I'm out with my wallet. You can almost like a slider upgrade and downgrade yourself without losing the membership. And this is extremely flexible system where we can go from um, right $15, $9 to $1,000. It's up to you. Maybe you just moved and you decided to subscribe to everything because you need to accumulate that wardrobe, those products back, like IKEA. So you go, you get something on supply, you subscribe to all of them, you receive for a couple of months, then you downgrade to just few, you know. Maybe um, once the Arc is there, you subscribe to Arc module, and next day you see, a Jeep and an Arc parked, and now you can use it for months because we charge it for months. If you want to unsubscribe from that service or just switch off that service rather, you press Arc, press update. Now you have to return it. That's it. Like, then you think about it, just one like this crazy experience is one button away, just like in a game where you switch on and switch off shit. That's how it's supposed to be. So what I'm answering here, yeah, yeah. Andre, I don't want to. That's old news, If what I learned, guys, is that the only thing that generates fear in yourself and stops you from accomplish anything, even basic daily stuff, is remembering bad stuff. So past life, no, but done. That's a cool question. How to explain with product is about and it's like lot. No compromises. Story first, no compromises. As simple as possible. Well, that's why that's the beauty of lot, Maxim. We are we found people without explanation. That's this whole secret. That's the thing. We found all you guys and more people joining every day, and that's exactly what it is. We just don't want to lose you. We want to add more tools, better tools, products so you can live this life, you know. That's um, just quickly. I think, Maxim, I can, no problem, I can explain this is how I see it, not explain it, but tell you how I see it. It's this top niche down approach where you find a proper community and you start working with them. And the only way to work with a real community is to do them real things. It just happens that our community is not car enthusiasts, because same in every, like, you, if you own Jeep, you won't buy bullshit product, because that will be very easy to find. You will only buy this like community products. They have like 5 brands that work for community, and um, it only can be high quality and real, otherwise, and personal. Otherwise, it's not going to work, because that's just that kind of culture. It's not just some aftermarket parts; it's the community parts. Same way Apple scaled. They started once again with graphic designers, creative developers, and work with them more and more. And that community then created the utility products like Word and Pages and Keynotes and spreadsheets and mail, browser. Like, then it's all start to get together for the society. But before it was just for them. And we have to work with you. That's the only goal. We work with this group of people to give products that satisfy your lifestyle that we are choosing. I'm not going in details into this because this like every stream, but you know what it is. And yep, slowly we will move to next stage where we have product or version of the product that is um, like that other people can approach. Like, Arc. Joe gave a great example of that. Arc can be a full lot where you just sit. I mean, you subscribe to it and you fly for a year by yourself there. One approach, and you just leave from lot, and you have connectivity tools and self care, everything. Another approach, you use it as your temporary home. While, say, you're working at some Google or somewhere, you park it at some location like in depths in the forest. You don't need to park it in like parking lot. You park it in the forest somewhere in the Bay Area or even Los Angeles or whatever. You stay there. You need to work. You just right there. You're fresh. You're looking good. You work mode. You need to like work's done. You go back to your home basically, which can be smaller because you have this vehicle, and maybe the family is there or something, and you spend full time there, knowing that separation. Like that's another application, and that is for like that's stage two for other people. Because I think until we do this for us first, and we don't until we make we polish it with us, with you guys, until that moment we can't release it to market. I mean, it's obvious, but it will take years. There are other things like this. Tesla Roadster was built like this. Apple computer was built like this. Oculus was built like this. That's the proper approach. Yes, we're selling 20% of the company because we want to scale it. Based on Monday conversation, which was extremely high energy, we realized that it's time to go up 2 sides. There was a furniture module. Do you have an example of what was made for that? Yeah, I think I can find it. Hold on. Hold on. It's on this website. We made a lamp. This one. We made this lamp that was, I mean, is a universal lamp both for warehouse, for your arc, and for your home. So you can use them as work lamp, as utility lamp, camping lamp. Maybe there are some variations with the power output. Doesn't matter. Very proud of this. Next level shit soon. Yeah, Rebel. That's a good way to put it. It's almost like we're a lifestyle enthusiast hunting to refine the lifestyle closer to a certain ideal where consumerism drops away. Yeah, it's an obstacle at this point. I'm not saying that's exactly a good point. We, it's like let's be past that. Maybe consumerism is not bad. Who knows? Maybe corporations is the only way. Who knows? But we are enthusiasts, pioneers who want to trust other version. Can we? That's if there's no fight. That can be. It helped a lot of people or killed a lot of people. We will try another option. And maybe it's not bad. And maybe that version is bad. And they will join ours. Thank you, Andre. Thank you for seeing these details. This is some extreme craftsmanship from Keaton Ventura. Shout out to Keaton Ventura, who see the future. So yeah, that's thank you for seeing these details in the story. As I said, and I'm very proud of this, every piece of the story is there for a reason. There's very little things that are accidents or we did it because we have to do this for some wild reason. Everything is according to the story. Story first. Orange. It's interesting that you describe ARC as a full lot, that it's a subscription to a future that is fully backgrounded, that it will open up expression to be fully about self. Yes. Yeah, you can choose how it's like a psychedelic trip. And we got to the point where we understand that every product has to be like a psychedelic trip. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you a map. I mean, a lamp with there's my image. Yeah, look at this map. Look at this lamp. Yeah, so every product has to be a psychedelic product because we need to help people heal and connect to themselves and connect to God through those experiences. Nobody wants to connect to stars and ratings, you know. People want to connect to something that heals them and helps them. Thank you, Maxim. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, Orange, that's a good point. See, you furniture contradict a lot, exactly. But that kind of lamp that you can put in your apartment and then take with you to Arc, and then if you need to take it to your workshop, warehouse, and then to camping, like that's furniture, but mobile, because it's designed that way. It's designed sampling all things that you recognize as a furniture piece, but utility is taken from military and work, inexpensive production, because this thing can be from like pressed, um, you know, paper. It can be from pressed recycled plastic, whatever it is, and can be extremely cheap to make, and a utility that will be possible to buy outside lot, but inside lot, it's like whole another story. I'm just reading here the comments. Thank you guys for kind words. I appreciate it very much. Please, if you have Twitter, post, I mean, like, retweet. That definitely going to help because um, they just don't see it how you see it. And you believe in this, let's do it. Let's try. And if we get there, this will be next level. Everything, you know. So everything helps because um, this is only question of trust and realness in this case. So I don't see it as a sale. Does the lamp work like a ruler? I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. Why not? Why not? That's a cool idea, actually. Make a better motor, so and like more flexible cable with better rubber, whatever, and add some. That's a cool thing, and add like graphics on the cord, so it's become a ruler if you need to make it long, like 10 meters here. That's a cool idea. Right, guys. I wanted to make this an hour. I appreciate everyone. Thank you for being here. Spread the word. As usual, tomorrow there's a chat. Monday, Andre with software and backend and front end. So your requests, your ideas, best place there. Crypto, blockchain, conversations. Monday is the best time. Tuesday, Matthias, community, um, conversations, how to make work, organize this community better, all kind of internship programs, everything. Wednesday, the show hosted by Jotsao, Arc 1, with guests talking about their experience and approach with life, human existence that will help to design Arc better. Thursday, Lara, product design at lot. So we talking about products from the past and from the future and trying to build a design language. Friday, Vadik. Vision, direction, company updates. We stream every day, so you being here is very, very appreciated. Very much appreciated. Will lot shipments continue after the shipping issues resolved? This month is 1 year of being subscribed to lot. Thank you, Betuel. That's the goal right now. Um, that's the goal. Once again, I just want to say that we tested and prototyped it enough to create a better package. That requires funding for us to restart the production. We thinking on other options. Maybe we can talk to you guys, but one of the versions is right there. Thank you for kind words and support. We love you too. All right, talk soon. Appreciate.